Welcome back to Tran Plays Night of the Dead. 10 in-game hours later, I've built us a little shelter on top of the roof and worked on our trap base a bit more. I've done nothing but chop trees, mine rocks, and build in the 10-hour span, so I haven't scavenged anything. Well, there was one other thing is I did take some of our clutter, put it in the storage box, and later then combine it into the coil workbench for reassembly, which after saving and loading a few times, I managed to get this tier 3 two-handed sword. So I'm going to give this to her, actually, and let her use it. As far as I know, when she uses items, it doesn't deteriorate. Anything that she might have had that had deterioration probably was something passed down from me that had some damage, such as her depletion. But I've already just put the repair kit on it, because I figure I'll find more once we go scavenging, because I have 3 times the search rate, or whatever it's called. The equipment drop rate. No, I have 100% the equipment drop rate from zombies, and 3 times item drop. So we'll see how that sword works. We don't have enough cement to continue, making everything wooden solidified into stone, but we have done quite a bit of work on this place. You can see here that the railing goes all the way to the end on this side, and this is also stone so it doesn't catch on fire again. Let's go scavenging. This is my equipment find knife. We'll see how good it is. With friendly fire, or with team kill off, I wonder if that means I don't take damage, or it just means you can't kill a person with the final hit. So we'll see when she cleaves me in 2 with that two-handed sword.
This is right. Be careful.
I was clicking, but because my guy was staggered from the hit. Yeah, my character didn't even get staggered from her swing, so I assume I didn't take damage from her.
Is it over already? We were just getting started.
Let's see what's in this loot container. And we get, we got double axes, double shields, but three repair kits, which is, I kind of figured I was going to find way more repair kits. So I can be a little bit more, is it judicious? Liberal? I don't know what the word is for this, but I can be a little bit more easygoing with my supplies, rather than being stingy with it. And I think that makes for a better video when you get to see all the stuff get used, such as bullets or healing items, or instead of watching me be walking around with 1 bar of stamina for an entire day because I'm trying to save on food. I thought long about whether or not I wanted to increase the loot, and I thought about reasons why I would want to.
If you look at the history of mankind, there have been various sources of energy.
If this actually leads to anything, or just to help you get to the roof for survival. You were up there? When we find mushroom patches now, we'll find 3. It's enough for a decent meal, actually. 3 is about what it takes to fill up a pit. I don't really find anything casing the joint. Okay, well, I found a pack of mushrooms. I doubt that's intentional good loot there. Well, hopefully there's no respawn mechanic similar to how Project Zomboid's supposed to work, where if there's a open pathway to the outside, it could spawn zombies in it. I've kind of kept an eye on Project Zomboid because it has interested me as a game, but I don't like zombie respawn mechanics. And I had heard a long time ago that zombies can spawn inside your safe house. And that was one of the ways they could spawn in, is if you open a door to your safe house, so maybe you're driving your car in, it might just spawn zombies because it detects a path between the outside world and your base. So you should create an airlock system, they say. Or you could sleep and they might spawn zombies. People seem confused about whether or not that's a nightmare event or an actual thing that they're just spawning at the middle of the night. And so breaking things still seems to give us 1, I suppose. I got 1 iron plate and 1 copper wire from that. Breaking synthetic objects is probably not worth it for us anymore.
My body feels stiff.
Oh, maybe this okay, maybe this area was already had its loot generated. That probably makes sense. This is near our base, so we've walked past this house a couple times. Maybe that's it. 'Cause everything we're searching also just has the single one in it. Yeah, like that. Has 1 nail and stuff. Can't dismantle these radiators. That's a hot commodity item in 7 Days to Die, I think. You take them from the wall and then you turn them into bullets by smelting them down to brass casings or something. No mirror on this. I wonder if they'll ever fix the scaling. They probably won't. Because if they did that, they'd have to possibly double check every building to make sure that all the furniture is spaced correctly. So they'll probably leave the scaling completely off. If that's the case, that doesn't really pose a good look for the game, because people will just walk around and you'll feel weirdly shaped. Now, I don't know if these kiosks change over time. Oh no, this is a clothing store kiosk. It says specifically this. Okay. From a distance, you know, it looks like a gun, so I'm thinking like, oh, it's a gun store kiosk now. Now, when we had visited it, it was already a clothing store kiosk. It just looks like a gun. Not quite as glorious because he got a swipe off before I actually killed him.
Seems like there's something.
Wow, I got hit 3 times before I even hit them once. Even though I saw them before I even walked in the room, I'm trying to move forward and attack them. Like, as soon as I kicked down the door, I heard the growl, so before I even saw them, I knew they were there. And I walked in planning on swiping them both, but I couldn't even do anything. Unfortunately, I feel like strength should add definitely at least a point of damage. It should be worth something. The fact that 5 strength is worth less than 5 damage is not cool to me. It makes your stats insignificant, especially since you just get 1 a level. If you get like 10 points a level, that'd be something. So these are the buildings that are near our base. We searched those 3. We searched the hospital. My inventory is full. We might as well head back to base real quick. Like these benches, they look like if I were to sit in this, I would feel like a toddler. So we'll continue to hit this side of town. We've hit that house at the beginning, and then that apartment complex, and then this apartment complex. So now we'll hit these buildings here, which we've done a little bit of fighting on the outskirts of, so it wouldn't be surprising if it was also not at the new loot tables. Can you loot these? I can loot, yes. I'm actually a little surprised I can loot this. In Z Zone, you can loot these. I think in Project Zomboid you might be able to. That's not a game I have played. It's just something I've been keeping an eye on in case it struck me as something I could play. It sounds like a very hard game to get into. I never really sunk my teeth into it. If I wanted to build my own vehicle, this is, I guess, where we would go. Funny that a whole kiosk is working. Okay, manure in this does make sense, but earlier in that fridge did not. I can break these? Okay. There's another kiosk right there. I need to bring some cloth so I can mark these places. There's a parts kiosk, and I don't know what that one was. Consumables, fuel. Need small stone and branch. She found some clay. Each clay could be a potential coil right there. I just need to find a solid source of clay.
The sun is starting to set.
Alright, so we have a food kiosk and a parts kiosk. What is this called? Auto parts store. So I'll probably tear down the fire ones, because considering I could just maybe build a sleeping bag. We'll just mark this one for now. That's a yellow. Okay. Maybe I should color it though, of the actual thing. Purple. Auto parts. Food. Okay. Oh, okay, fine, game.
My body feels
Seriously?
stiff.
What? Okay. 16 characters. Why do you bother having a box this large for it then? Fine, we'll just call it auto parts. Yeah, let's see if we find any stone in here.
Be careful. You turn into a zombie, I'm leaving you behind.
Alright, well, do whatever. Maybe you can help me collect something? You just watch me do it. Room full of stuff that you can dismantle. See, the bow, 20% critical damage, headshot damage. And this is just recycle fodder. Did you clear this room already? I guess you did, alright. Let's flip this inside out. Let's drop in and loot that through the wall there. Would you just warp in behind me? That might be everything. This is a supermarket kiosk. Actually, we had some missions for buying things. Buy hamburger, buy antibiotic. Angelfish, Zacho, platypus, sparrow, and raven feathers. Not thrilled with buying things that are not on sale, but whatever. Hamburger.
Worked so hard just to go shopping.
Yeah, we did. We need antibiotic at the pharmacy kiosk. Probably find that at the hospital. But I did find another thing I could use for a flag. what was it, supermarket? Yes. We'll real quick hop on over, hit this house, and we'll be next to the hospital. We'll hit the hospital and buy the antibiotics. I mean, look at the size of these steps. They go up to my shoulder. This game has a serious scaling problem. My head goes up to the, not even up to the hinge. I know Asians are short, but this is a little bit ridiculous. But not allowed to kick it open while I'm in battle? Maybe this house is just built different. Let's search around the back of it. We already did that dumpster. Need to find which side of the building the kiosk is at. Right here. Unfortunately, I don't have the resources necessary for it, but we can buy the antibiotics. Do you not accept the... I mean, it says I have 43. Yeah, it does, because it was red.
You gotta keep your gun from feeling too lonely. Stock up on some ammo.
Is that what it takes to keep your gun from feeling lonely? Flag near here. And also return to base in order to get some more resources to build flags. This will be pharmacy. And then we'll make this one over here clothing store. That's its full name. Might as well name it that if the game lets me. I didn't count the letters, but I assume it's under 16. We've hit everything on that side. Now we'll continue down this street and start hitting the rest of the town, which we really haven't checked out. We shot some zombies on the streets of it, but that's about it. Double check recording is going. It's just as large as me. This leads back to our base. I think we'll start with that building right there. It looks like a radio facility. And then we'll hit the neighborhood at a separate time. I'm more interested in what the commercial district has. Did that not give me anything? You pick one. Box or barrel, lady? I'm assuming that's the box. Is this the police building that we searched? Fortunately, I can't seem to scale that wall. You'd think I'd be able to. Yeah, we've hit this place, but there is a store here. We did get that quest to buy some bullets. This is gun store kiosk. All right, let's go and set a flag. But we'll do that on the way out. For some reason, it's just typically under the craft menu. Like to buy the feathers, sparrow feathers, buy ammo. Okay, just any ammo. All right. I don't know if the ones are more valuable because I don't know if the game has changed.
Worked so hard just to go shopping.
Bro, remember, you are what you eat.
Okay. These radio chatter things sometimes. Let's see if he updated. We have to buy fresh cola, healthy juice, and fresh coffee at a supermarket or convenience store. We were not too far away from... we just did the supermarket one. You can't just give me all these at once. Gun store. And we have the fire that we can just dismantle later, but let's continue hitting the rest of this town. We'll start on this side of the road. You bringing a hydrant? No, you broke the news thing. Okay. Okay, this building first. It looks like it's 4 stories.
Seems like there's something nearby.
Come on, you can react to swiping at me
Break now.
after I kick you and send you flying? Oh, I was wondering why you weren't working. Just looking to see if the school zombie was around. It's like he kindly waited till I panned my camera in his direction. Though I knew he was there from before we ducked down the alleyway.
I'm going to smell like blood. I thought she was a zombie. I wasn't expecting her to actually be behind me because, you know, she was some distance away last I knew. personally, I don't really mind too much that he summons zombies, if that's actually what happens. But his yelling is annoying. Okay, well, let's start from the top. That's how I normally do it. Start from the furthest entrance, or furthest to the entrance. Brought a torch, right? I must have put it up.
Shall we take a...
No, lady, we shouldn't. We can do that when we get back to base. We're outside. We haven't even finished securing the building. Let's finish our job, and then we can take a breather. Inside we find 20% equipment drop rate on kill. Oh yeah, we're wielding that.
Got any decent equipment?
For me, not for you. I might hand you this one. It's got a coil in it, but we can always take that out of it later. Here, gives you 5% credit rate, but 6 ignition coil. This would give you only 2 ignition coil. She does actually have fire abilities. The question is, this is better for you. Gives you 5 attention, and attention gives you what exactly? Movement speed. Gives you more critical damage. I think we'll go stick with the ignition coil. Actually, you can hold on to these things. As for this, 0.2% leached on HP. Alright, pass that to you. 0.2% and stamina restore, headshot damage. You're not really headshotting with a melee weapon, so yeah, you just hold on to those. Let's actually see what my equipment drop rate is right now. It's 245%. Not sure how much of that is from the game settings, so let me try unequipping everything. So with all of that off, it is now 56.3%. So that does not reflect the game settings then. Oops. Because the game settings is like at 100%. Or whatever the highest normal range is. I wanted to make sure I searched both. If I remember correctly, around hour 21 is when it starts getting really dark. So we'll head back at that time and just sort of work around the base. Maybe scavenge for a bit. I'll stop at that time. Since I made the game days longer, getting an uninterrupted recording session from hour 6 to hour 6 is a lot less likely. Since I started recording about hour 16, about 2 hours from now would be shortly before the wave. Wow, that's a lot of parts.
Soldier, have you experienced weapon stability?
Combat quest number 6. Reforge a spear to +3, headshot with the spear 20 times. Okay. Was there a spear in that pile? No. Stability. Not that I know what it does. You might say, like, oh, that's less recoil. Well, there's also other things that might sound like it. You would think that stability is probably something like weapon recoil, but I think I've seen it for melee weapons as well. I'll have to double check when we get back to base, although I might not have those items anymore because I did recycle them. Or reassemble them. I'm assuming that even if I had a wrench, she wouldn't be able to break those things because I can't pass the tool to her. Okay, I like this place better than I thought it was an apartment building, and searching every room in an apartment building kind of gets old. I like searching this place. It's got resources other than like one iron plate or something. And the fighting was all in one room also, which also expedited things. We got the Art of War. Some books in the game have to be dropped in that you have to find it as loot, and they are of course consumed on you. So if this were a multiplayer game, you would just have to either hope that your teammate has spares or trade for one or just find it on your own. And other books are like the clothing at the beginning of the game. It's a set piece in the world that you can just walk up to and collect, and everybody can collect one. We have here just two coil. I was hoping for 3. Yeah, this is more like it. 60 cans of beans in a supermarket store that is 4 stories. That's a lot more reasonable than what we were finding before. Because if the place were picked over by survivors, then you'd would have to find more food on the survivors, or find wherever their house was before they zombified. I don't know why it calls them survivors in that case, but I guess we'll call them ex-survivor. I don't know if that's really a good way to describe it. We'll say people that survived the initial outbreak. Maybe that's why you would call them survivor. Because that's the only reason why these places would be picked over, is if there was an initial survivor at some point. Let's pass you the book and the money. And loot the rest of this and pass that to you. I would kind of like to be able to just swap bodies with you and switch to you temporarily, so I can just pick things up instead of having to grab it then exchange it to you. Huh. 24/7. Is that everything then? Yeah. Make sure we hit this dumpster. We did not. That's going to take us a while. And we're already pretty full as it is, so why don't we run back to base real quick. Check this building as well. That one in front of us, the red brick building, that was the store we just ransacked. Okay, this is a slightly different apartment complex.
Come on, you turn really well.
Now I'm starting to feel energized.
Alright, this is gonna also be another major place to loot, it looks like. I guess we could start on it now. Since it is our first time checking it out, a place like this.
Is this really necessary?
I don't, because I brushed up against her, it canceled her doing it. Go do it! Go! We still got time. Even if it was a normal time length of the day, we'd still have time, because each hour would have been 10 minutes. But now it's something like 17 and a half. I like a torch. I don't like the flashing of the torch every time you search something, your character puts the torch down.
Boost my stuff.
Alright, I'll do this one since you were nowhere to be found. Nothing in this room. Can you not even pathfind your way to me? Where are you? Okay. Let's flip the door inside out. And then we'll hit the one we ran through as we were scouting out the area. Or inside out. And actually search it more thoroughly. I can't build a torch right now, right? Oh, I could if I had some fuel.
I feel something around us.
Oh, that's why he's not firing. I was holding down left click the moment I pressed number 2, expecting I'd be pulling the bow. I didn't want to push you. That was why I wanted to avoid walking into the room. Those footsteps still sound more like a human than a zombie. But I guess everybody just shares the same footprint sound. Or footfall sound, footstep sound. No. Trying to pick that up. Now I'm trying to get my way through you. Wish dodging would let you go through your teammates like it does in State of Decay. That'd be nice. Okay, nothing in that room. I understand everything's not going to be a loot pinata, but it is almost pointless for the game player to enter a room that has nothing in it like that. Wonder if we can finish this whole place before we have to head back. Probably.
Okay, that's 2 of the buildings, and I think there's 4, maybe? Yeah, there's 4. But they get shorter as we go. Yeah, I'm a lot more willing to go into melee now that I'm not getting chopped by her. With team kill off, that turns off all friendly fire, it seems. Maybe the middle one always has nothing. I can see the canteen on her. That's cool. I really like that everything you equip you can see. You can even see the necklace my character wears. It's more visible if I'm shirtless. Alright, one more. It's a break, okay. But it's definitely night now. Or evening. Search this dumpster? I think I probably did.
Shall we take a breather for a moment? Are you ready to fight?
Police Act! It's an actual helmet or is it a skin
Time to
for...
take a break now.
It's a skin. Okay. I was thinking that you would have to use police uniform for any piece of gear that you wanted to, including helmets. I do wonder how the DLC stuff works, though. Did you pay for a skin, and do you just get to use it all the time, infinitely? I know you warped your way to me because you couldn't figure out how to get here. Let's see who's growling.
I feel something around us.
That's it? Just you? I did not lower zombie hit points or attack. I only improved the loot spawn. That's because you don't want to see me go through 600 of these apartment buildings. That's why I'm also specifically looking for, like, have I gone through this kind of building before? I didn't even see you do the last hit, but maybe it was bleeding damage or something. Any building type that we've seen before, I'll just explore off camera. And I'll report to you if I find interesting loot. But this will allow me to make more progress in the game and get more of the storyline to show you. Alright, we're done with this building. Our base is... I need to set a flag on the base. It's not showing up yet. But it should be just down this alleyway. Do you have enough inventory space to... yeah, I can strip down.
Feels rewarding to work hard, doesn't it?
Am I carrying my speed boots? Yeah. It's not really... I mean, it gives me like 3% speed or something. After you take into account that it reduces speed because it is an extra item to wear. I need this stone. I need so much stone that I've ended up turning small stones into big stones with branches. And you saw how much I needed branches before. Did I ever mark that? No, I didn't. This is probably a convenience store one. Let's check real quick. Oh yeah, convenience store. That's too many characters. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. We still need to change the hunter kiosk. But it's gonna be a while before we ever find our way down that way. Keep thinking that trash bag is a research data or zombie backpack. So it seems airdrops disappear with each day. We've already hit that airdrop. Try to avoid her eating everything. So we'll pass over all these books and the money, and that should give me plenty of room. Just in case, we'll just tell you stay absolutely still. For chopping trees for 10 hours, let's see how many seeds we have. 55, not that much. I can't reach... oh, there we go. I was gonna say I can't access that bunny that's under the floor there.
This is definitely the taste.
That's for these bushes. I know I can do the take all, but let's just see what we get. We get 1 seed back, so it costs us some manure to do this. And 1 seed back for this. It's not even worth it. We get 8 branches, sure, but I really might as well just go out there and chop a tree. It's almost time for the board. Why is the bar... I don't know why the... okay, there. I was waiting for the skull to appear, but I guess it just takes a little bit to initialize. And I spent some time leveling up our items by recycling them. I would take a bunch of things and I would gather a bunch of tier 2s together and then recycle them. I got 2 tier 3 items total. One is this handmade shotgun. We'll go and play with it a little bit. We'll mess with it before we recycle that. And then we also have... I don't think it's on her still. That's right here. The tier 3 sword. So we have 2 tier 3 items. And if we get maybe 3 more tier 3 items, we can probably level that up to a tier 4. 5 tier 2s might produce a tier 3. 5 tier 3s might produce a tier 4, and so forth. And we haven't even gotten to the areas that are higher level to make those drops happen, but we're recycling our materials into that. Wow, I don't really care much for it, and there's kind of a heated debate on the whole thing on the Steam forums about this. I am going to try to utilize it to my advantage nonetheless. Once we get maybe 3 more tier 3 items, we'll probably toss the shotgun. That's why we're going to go ahead and play with it a little bit now, since we probably won't keep it. Do I have any actually, I don't even have any shotgun ammo. Okay, never mind. We won't be using this after all. Put the shield back, and let's get her to get in position. That looks good. I mean, she might break down the door or something. That's okay. We'll just rebuild it. We'll lose 30% of that what goes into the door, but otherwise, I think we're ready. Try to create stabilization parameters in case certain things did get crushed. And that would save the game, and I would dismantle things to see if it would hold
hold its ability. Not all of them did, but I have tried restructuring certain things. That's why, for example, there's columns on that stairway right here. It will actually hold. This is where the path the zombies will take to get to me, and hopefully they get pushed into the pit. There is a post here I've embedded into the wall, not only because I wanted to sink it or align it to that step right there and this floor. So if these stairs were to get burned down, say enemies were to attack her, overrun this position, or blow up or whatever, these stairs would go down, at least this platform would still be in effect, hopefully. I haven't 100% tested this platform out, mostly because it's attached to these steps here. This step, I think it's attached to this, but I can't replace this right now. I'll have to try that again. It might be that I just was... When I was testing this compressor, I have to remove the door before I can put the compressor back. But otherwise, this step should be stable even without the compressor if the compressor were to get destroyed. So I attempted to use the in-game stability engine, which is very poor. I would say that the ability for the game to detect what should be stable is not good. It's unreliable. No way to tell without saving, loading, and testing it out yourself, or just dismantling it entirely and watching it all crumble around you. While I do appreciate the building features here, this is good stuff, the way the game detects physics is not so good. For example, it took a while to make this foundation work to actually support this area. I tried building things underneath, inside, on top of, like go through it, and it still wouldn't necessarily support the floor. So I basically had to dismantle the entire bridge, build the foundation, and then build the floor on top of it. I don't know if it makes it less secure, because if these foundations go out, then the whole thing collapses. But realistically, the foundation and the floor would have to go out. Before, it was just the floor had to go out. So it has two weak points. But at the same time, both of them would have to go down before it failed. I wonder if I should put it there against that. Maybe more back. Did I pack food? Good, I did. Oh, come on, I dragged. Oh, because the wave started, I think takes up some of the window. I don't think I'll be at aim. I'm gonna have to rebuild that right there. I think lower would really work. Do the same for this while we wait for the zombies up here. It can't go as low because I think it's the wall is clipping into it, whereas this is just taken up by the compressor itself. So I'd probably have to rebuild that wall beneath it and make it a little lower. But otherwise, I think this is good for aiming down at the enemies here. We'll see. And then I should be able to just walk down these steps and fight. What the? Oh. I think there's an enemy I didn't see there, but he scorpions you. He basically hits you with his blade and pulls you into him. That guy right there that has the Bane mask.
Uh-oh. Oh, good thing I double loaded on this area right here. Get them away from my stuff. Yep, we'll definitely have to set some spikes around here or something. They weren't just attached to the foundations. Now the worst part is I'll have to stress test it. I'll have to build that back up the foundations and make sure the flooring is attached to the foundations as well. Alright, this is that might be it. I haven't heard any more pushers in a little bit. Now this is not as easy as it being automated, but I want the experience points. And there's quite a bit of, I guess, hotly discussed on the 7 Days to Die forums about whether or not traps should give you experience points. People on both sides are getting I mean, it's old discussion, but it's one that's never really reached any conclusion. But yeah, people on both sides basically insulting each other. Like, I would just say that there are so many game options, it wouldn't really be bad to just set another game option how much traps give you for experience points. Some people feel that traps, you don't do anything, you just set the traps and forget it, and you shouldn't get rewarded for that. Other people say it's the same thing as you get experience for crafting bullets, which is, you get experience for crafting traps, and then you get experience for using the bullets, which is you don't get experience for using traps. Either way, I think since there are so many game settings, that would just be another one that you could set, but since the developers haven't, it shows that they really don't want you to get experience for traps. They want you to put yourself a little more risk, like this, to get any sort of benefit. Which I don't see the need. I would rather just watch them get killed by my traps through any ingenious methods, like be rewarded for my brainiac activities rather than my muscles. Especially since many level ups, at least in 7 Days to Die, if I remember correctly, those level ups could just be you get a recipe, such as now you can build a bicycle, now you can build a gyrocopter. That's as low as I can aim. Oh, I just walked into my own spec trap. Oh, come on. Stop! Jeez, game.